Hello viewers, welcome to our YouTube channel. In this video, I will be taking you through ways on how to improve your composition writing. Composition writing is a challenge to most candidates, but this should not be the case. First of all, composition writing as prescribed by NEC examiners normally test on communication, and the communication is tested on 3 levels. The first level is intelligibility, the second one correctness, and then lastly pleasantness. So there are 4 classes of scoring marks in composition writing. The first one is the A class. In the A class, we have effective communication. Then we have the B class. At the B class, we have fluent communication. C class, where we have strained communication. Then lastly, the D class, where there is no communication at all. In future, I will be breaking down the various classes and the corresponding marks for each and every class. But for the purpose of this video, I would like to state that most candidates have achieved the first 2 levels of communication. And that is why most students normally range from D to B. They have achieved intelligibility and at the same time the level of correctness. Most students do not score A in their composition because they lack the pleasantness. So throughout this video, I'll be taking you through how to achieve the pleasantness in your writing. But before that, allow me to thank you for your support, for your subscription, for your comments, for the shares, and for whatever support that you've given to this channel. Again, for those who are visiting us for the first time, allow me to ask you to hit onto that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that anytime we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. How then should a student get to a point where he or she finally masters the pleasantness in his writing? And I'll be using a story from the anthology I've been discussing in this channel, that is A Silent Song and Other Stories, and the story will be The Checkmate, Kelvin Baldeo Singh, to show how and illustrate a way through which students can at least achieve this level of pleasantness. And there is a quote I love so much. It is in one of the series that some viewers may be familiar with. There is an actor who makes this statement that just the same way a whetstone sharpens a sword, a book also sharpens the mind. So as an inspiring writer, a composition writer, you also need to read many literary materials and get to apply whatever techniques that you have learned, put them into practice, and see if you can also marry them into your work. So in this story, Checkmate, there is a character by the name Sukea. So Sukea, we meet her at the bank. She has gone to see the teller. She has checks to deposit. She looks worried, and we are not aware of the reason as to why she's worried. But that is where the story begins. Then the teller asks her this question, that Miss Chansing, would you want me to open for you a US dollar account, or should I deposit this check into your savings account? And that is when it dawns on Sukia that she is not holding the Trinidad and Tobago dollar, but she is holding 5 million US dollars, which is equivalent to 30,242,000 Trinidad and Tobago dollars. At this point, she asks herself what the mishap may be. The money was given to her by her boss called Randall Credo. So she decides to go back to her flat to ascertain where the mistake could have been. When she gets to her house, she rummages through the materials, and it occurs that truly there has been a mistake. There has been an issue with the check. We expect that the narrator will tell us about this issue, but the narrator keeps us guessing to an extent that we only realize about the mishap when Sukia gets to Randall Credo's office. And from that point, that is where we realize that Randall Credo has been forging his signatures. Again, Randall Credo thinks that this will avoid his implication in case of a legal investigation. But it turns out that Sukia has been recording his incriminating voice. The recorded voice is not only on the iPhone, but it is occupying some cyberspace somewhere. So what makes this story to be of interest is the twists and turns. The story is unpredictable. When we expect to hear about Sukia's mishap, then the narrator keeps us guessing. When we now think that Randall Credo is at a vantage position over Sukia, this turns out not to be the case.